Nestled in the Low Country, Andrews, South Carolina, is a town built on resilience, hard work, and community spirit. Once a booming railroad hub, Andrews grew through industries like timber and agriculture, shaping a rich history that reflects the strength of its people. From its small town charm to its deep cultural roots, Andrews has always been a place where history and progress walk hand in hand. Today, the heart of Andrews came alive with a powerful celebration of Black history, culture, and resilience. Through music, art, and shared stories, our community honored the past while inspiring the future. These moments captured in smiles, unity, and tradition remind us that Black history is not just a month-long reflection, but a living, breathing legacy.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Andrews, the podcast, Real Talk Tuesday. That's what we do every Tuesday. If you can hear me clearly, somebody please hit the like button so that I know that we are coming across clear tonight. Boom, 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 boom. I want to go ahead and encourage everybody, if you haven't already registered to vote, go vote. Go register to vote. Don't wait until election time to decide, to decide. Thank you, to decide to get active when it comes to this whole voting thing. So, let's get ahead of this before some politician comes and, tells you to go, please go and vote. Go ahead and arm yourself with that right there, right now. Okay. Also, if you didn't, because sometimes people was telling me that they didn't hear about the Black History Festival. Well, what I would encourage you to do is go to the town's website. Also, download the Town of Andrews app in your app store, and you won't have that problem anymore. Okay. And so, people were saying for a long time, hey, how do I get this information? Well, again, download the app, go to the app store, download the Town of Andrews app, and also go ahead and go to the website right there. Town of Andrews has a website where all the information is posted, up every day. All right, look, guys, tonight, the mayor is not going to be joining me tonight because there is some important things that are going down. It's primarily why I started to focus in on this podcast. Welcome to Andrews, the podcast, Real Talk Tuesday, is to shine light on we're coming to the end of, not even the end. We come in this thing is coming to a head. One of the things that drew me into the relationship between Andrews and the county, Georgetown County, is the situation with the 1 cent penny sales tax from 2014. Now, if you've been following the podcast for a minute, you've heard me talk about this. The thing is that March 17th is that date. March 17th, the date is set. This March 17th, where Andrews and Georgetown County go to court and put to rest the issue about this town hall building here. This town hall building here. Let me get it up on the screen here. Again, Tuesday night. We do this every Tuesday night. I know the last Tuesday we were out, but we are back. Well, I'm back this Tuesday. Again, the mayor is doing some work right now. Okay. He's getting ready for, again, what has been out of court since, for 3 years now. When I say out of court, the county of Georgetown has kept continuing the case about this building right here. And what you're looking at is the unfinished town hall complex, and this is we're looking at the back of it. That will be where the fire trucks are, and on the other side of that, you can see where the current town hall is. But that that was supposed to be removed, and supposed to have a brand new whole complex there. And so what happened was in 2014, and here's the thing, you guys just in the last round of elections back in November 5th, you voted for another 1 cent penny sales tax. Okay. And so what's at question right now, why Andrews is going to be in court with Georgetown County here coming up on March 17th, is because in 2014, you guys in Georgetown County, there was an election and you all voted just like you just did in this last election to pass a 1 cent capital project sales tax referendum. Okay. You agreed to have 1 cent added on to, particular items throughout the county for an extended period of time. And the purpose of that money is to do these projects. Again, you just did you guys just voted on it barely passed. It did pass. So what you're looking at right now is what you all in Georgetown County, South Carolina voted on back in 2014. You voted on these 5 projects right here. Okay. They brought these projects to you and you guys voted on them. And you said, yes, we want to do these 5 projects. And the 5 projects listed here, 1 being Winyah Bay dredging, 2 being Murrells Inlet dredging. And let me give you those figures. Yeah, and my purpose here tonight, again, is to bring you guys up to speed as to what's going on. For me, the way I see it, this is one of the biggest things. This court case coming up here on the 17th is one of the biggest decisions that's going to affect the town of Andrews ever. Okay. Because given, everything that we all know about the Black River State Park that is currently being built out, Kingstree being the crown of it, meaning that's where it starts at, Andrews being the heart, we're in the center of it. Okay. And so a new town hall, a new facelift on the town. It's just going to be great for the town. Now we'll get into the specifics as to what's going on up there right now and how it's a safety violation. And so, but what we're talking about is this money right here. And these numbers here are all estimates. Okay. So they did an estimate for Winyah Bay dredging, which was $6 million. Murrells Inlet dredging, which was $8 million, plus $2.3 million for cleanup. Okay. Disposal and preparation. Andrews Fire and Town Complex, $1.5 million. The fire stations, $1.5 million. And road resurfacing projects, $8,912,550 is what they had estimated for those projects. Okay. Well, that total came out to $28 million, the estimate. And this is what they presented to you, the voter. And you guys voted on it. You voted yes. They started collecting the money. The projected number that they had, the estimates, they went over that. Okay. They projected that they would collect $28 million and they ended up collecting $41 million. Now, the way the ordinance reads, the law is that these projects were to be fully funded by this capital project sales tax, this pool of money, which is that $41 million. And the way that it works, or the way that it's supposed to work, and you can look at the way that they're doing the current project sales tax. They did this one, the one that you all just voted on back in November. They did that one right. This one they did all willy-nilly, and that's why Georgetown County has been kicking the can down the road for 3 years, keeping this out of court. Hopefully, they was hoping to get Mayor Frank McClary out of office and, be able to just go ahead and whoever they got to put in there, give them that money. But this is all allegedly, you see right there. So you guys voted, they collected the money. Okay. Now, the way it was supposed to work was they voted to fully fund all of these projects. So what was supposed to happen was they were supposed to put that $6 million into the Winyah Bay dredging project. Then they were supposed to go down the line. And I say they were supposed to put that $6 million in there. Let me back up, because I did say that was an estimate. And let me tell you all where the problem started at. Okay. And all this is documented. You can go and look it up for yourself. Okay. The problem started with the Winyah Bay dredging. It was the estimates for that project were not run through engineers or people who would know what the real cost of dredging. And for those of you who don't know what dredging is they go and they dig out, like, just to say Winyah Bay, for example, because there's parts of Winyah Bay that can't take big ships in. So they'll go in and they'll dredge it out. That's what dredging is. For those of you that don't know, they're just digging it out, making it deeper. Okay. And so it was just a bunch of, the county council people, the administrator at the time, they just said, hey, $6 million. Okay. And that project was actually more like $66 million. Okay. So what was supposed to happen, because the way of the law, the ordinance is written, was that $41 million that they collected, all of that should have went into that first project. And that was supposed to be it. But that's not what they did. They decided to, I guess, I don't know, take that $6 million, that estimated $6 million, again, when it came to the real deal, when it was time for the rubber to meet the road, the project was really $66 million. Okay. So they moved on from that. And let's just move on down to the Murrells Inlet dredging. Now, pay attention how Murrells Inlet, let me put this on the screen for you, how Murrells Inlet not only asked for more money to dredge out, for dredging, $2 more million. In the estimate, they asked for more. And let me be clear, right? The reason why I keep stressing the word estimates, because inside of the ordinance that was voted on by you, the voter, it stated that these figures that I keep flashing on the screen were estimates, and that you were not to go to the next project until you completed that first project. In other words, you needed to know that, hey, that's fully funded. So if it's an estimate that says $6 million and the actual price is $66 million, again, that $41 million should have went all into that project. But they didn't do that. Okay. I'm going to tell you what they did. So move on to the Winyah Bay, the Murrells Inlet dredging. Again, you see another $2.3 million for disposal and thing, bringing that total to what? $10.3 million is what they, okay. And so Remember, they collected $41 million. Let me put this on the screen so we can keep up here. They collected the $41 million. They being the county of Georgetown, from the taxpayers, you, the voters. They collected $41 million, right? So if they skipped the first project and then they spent $10.3 million on the Winyard Bay dredging, then that would leave $31 million, right? We doing rough estimates. Just say $30 million. Okay. So when you get down to the Andrews Fire Complex, you got to understand that, once again, those were estimates. And not only were they estimates, the ordinance, like I said before, allows for, if you got to buy land, if you got to pay bonds, if you got to, whatever you got to do, you got that pool of money to do that with. So when it came to Andrews, theoretically, there was supposed to be $30 million still in that pool. Okay, because they did not do the Winyard Bay dredging. Sorry, let me take this off. They did not do the Winyard Bay dredging, which was the $6 million. So let's just say they gave the 10.3 to Murrells Inlet. Okay. So when it came to Andrews, you talking about, they estimated 1.5 million. It was $750,000, $750,000, about $800,000 just to remove the tin building that used to be in the back of there. But it's okay because there's a pool there of $30 million that already said, because the voters voted on it, that said whatever it costs. Okay. So if that building would have took up that other $30 million by law, that's what it was supposed to do, because that's what the people voted on. And everything was going good. Everything was going good. They were, Andrews was providing the paperwork, keeping them up on what was going on. There wasn't no surprises out there. Like a lot of folks in the community, a lot of people got a lot of misinformation about this building here, and it's all about to come to a head on March 17th. Okay. Because a judge ordered that this has got to be seen, because it's been out of court for too long. When I say out of court, Georgetown County kept asking for continuance, asking for all kinds of meaningless documents and all of this. And this is all court public records, nothing that I'm making up. So we had $30 million. Okay. So they got to a point where the total to finish that town hall, to finish this town hall, was supposed to be like $5.2 million. Okay. More than enough money was there. We were in line when there was still $30 million supposed to be there. Okay. And the ordinance that you voted on said that money is not supposed to be used for anything else except for what the voters voted on, which was these projects. So that money was not supposed to go or be used for anything else. And through some FOIA requests and some information digging, that's not what happened. Okay? That is not what happened. Here's the governor here at Horry Georgetown Technical College. A part of that money, which you, the voter, did not vote on, went over there. And that's not allegedly, that's documented. Okay. And the ordinance clearly states, and the ordinance is the law, revenue must be used only for the purposes stated in the imposition ordinance. Any person violating the provision of this section shall be subject to the penalties provided in the South Carolina Code 12-54-250. So if the ordinance say you're not supposed to spend any money until these projects are done, and somebody can go behind me and check my work, but Andrews Fire Complex isn't done. Those fire stations, not done, and the road surfacing. And let's just say, okay, cool. The $3 million that Andrews got for the work that was, you know what I mean? You saw what we got for it. The work wasn't completed, even though the ordinance said you got to complete it. 3, then they put another $1.5 million in the fire stations. That's $4.5 million. I said there was $30 million supposed to be left. So now you still got $26 million sitting there. And then you got another $9 million right here for road surfacing. So 26 so 9 from 26 is what? Let's keep doing some math, right? Because $41 million, that's what was collected. And to the people of Sanford, I would be reaching out to your county councilman, your newly elected county councilman, and figure out, and have him figure out what Everett Carolina did with that money that he promised you guys for that park stuff in the park and stuff like that. Remember, he had that money that he said that he had before he went up there and played pickleball with it. Yeah, I would be reaching out to Councilman Cooper and having him find out what it is. Where are those funds? So those funds don't pop up again during election time. Oh, what funds are you talking about? But let's stay here. I'll get to those funds. So where we at? 26 minus 9. Ain't nobody even put in the comment section yet. I'm serious. I'm asking y'all a question. I'm trying to stay on flow. Doing math and talking at the same time, bruh. Come on. $17 million still out there. Okay. More than the other $2 million that Andrews needed to bring its project to complete. So Andrews could, you know what I mean, look good, would have a new town hall. Every building they try in Georgetown, the Georgetonian Motel, anything they do, it comes to completion. But we got to go to court after 3 years. And I'm telling y'all right now, there's still $17 million that's sitting on the table there. Well, let me take 7 more of those $1 million off. And then the question is, where are those $10 million? $2 million one went to the Parks and Recreation. Okay, Beth Goodall got one her, and I'm saying her name because she's the head of that department, and Ray Funny got the other $1 million, another $1 million. That's all per a FOIA request, Freedom of Information request. So here's where of the 17 million that we out of this 41 that was left there. Here we go with the other with 7 million of that. Now remember, guys, the ordinance, the law states that you can't do nothing with this money until all of them projects are completed or all the money is gone. So if all the money is not gone and all the projects are not completed, how could you have a surplus? Okay. And this is what the county council did. They took $7 million each. Excuse me, $1 million each. You got 7 county councilmen, 7 districts in Georgetown County. Each council member took $1 million to go and do work in their district, allegedly. Now, I just mentioned that Sampit, you guys need to be getting that Councilman Cooper and asking him about that money. Where is that money? Okay, where is that money? And this list right here, when this list here was provided to the people in Sampit, oh, Everett, that's the night him and his wife decided they didn't want me to exercise my right, my freedom to the press. But nonetheless, so $7 million was given to each county. I'm wrong. $7 million was divided by 7 council members. Each one got $1 million each. Okay. And here's what they put before you, the people, and said that they were going to do with that $1 million in their respective district. Now, keep in mind how long this money been out there. Okay. You see the red at the bottom, $7 million. Okay. Number 1, emergency vehicle traffic system. Okay. Number 2, Debbie Do fire station plan. The plan, just the plan, $199,000. $199,000 to come up with the plan. Waverly Road multimodal park. If y'all pay attention to this right here, man, this right here tell you how much of a damn they give about the town of Andrews. That's a multimodal where they can drive their golf carts and bikes and a walk path. They designate this how you know this is how and let me say this right, okay? Because I know this thing is going to court right now. So let me put up my disclaimer. This is how you know, allegedly. And look at the numbers now. I want y'all to pay attention to these numbers. This is how you know this was a scam. You mean to tell me that you allot more for you put aside more money, $1.8 million for a multimodal park, but 1.5 for a whole town? You talk about a walk park, golf cart. Nobody, nobody going to do no business there. That old building in the back there, that building is a health hazard. That building got mold in it. The bathrooms look like something from George Washington days. So you mean to tell me a walking path is worth more than them people in that go in that building life? So when your family go in there to talk some business, they got some business to do with the town, you think it's okay that they're sitting in there breathing in mold? When there's a damn $3 million building sitting right there in the back that's already got $3 million dumped in it, and this is one of the richest counties in South Carolina, and nobody said, well, you know what? Because the fact that it's been out of court for 3 years is tell you everything you need to know. But let's get back to it. And remember, my people out in Sampit, again, this is where that money that all of a sudden Everett Carolina came up with, what y'all need? We're gonna do something in the park. What you need? Okay, we're gonna have Kendrick Lamar coming. We got him. They're not like us. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Vote for me. So they showed you they wasn't for the bull. So Mr. Cooper, again, we need to know what's going on right there. See that there? And we're asking for an accounting of the money. That's it. They're asking for you to collect this information and do some kind of meeting, little town hall meeting or county hall meeting, and figure out what is it that they did with that money. We need you to be Doge, my dog. Sewer system expansion along Powell Road. Have any of these projects been done? Tennis courts for Sanford and Santee, not $334,000. They had he had earmarked for that. Ask the councilman, where is this money? Give us an accounting of the money. Resurface tennis court, South Island Road. I didn't know tennis was such a big thing in the county. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be, because we got, 8-10 courts in Andrews, plus the old courts that nobody ever played on. So they just built some new ones that nobody plays on. It's like these rec directors don't have no voice. They just like in place. In place. $7 million split up. And that still leaves $10 million. Andrews needed $2 million to complete their project. And now March 17th, this year, next month, in about 3 weeks. The town of Andrews versus Georgetown County, and we'll see how this plays out. Me personally, I think I'm focused on this part right here. The criminal part of it. Like, I don't know why criminal charges haven't been filed. That's where I'm at. That's what it looked like. According to the law, you're not supposed to spend that money doing nothing else until those projects get completed. Here's where some of the other money. Here's where, again, here, you that $10 million. You want me to count it up for you? So let's go ahead and give Public Works got one. Parks and Recreation got another. If not, the paperwork that they sent me, they lying. Georgetown Technical College got 1.5 million. Again, these are unapproved by you, the voters. Coastal Carolina got 200, which is pending on, in the Georgetown County Economic Development. That's another $1 million right there. Where is this money at? And once this court case happens, I'll be there to cover it for you. I'll be in the courtroom to cover that one for you. March. So it's St. Patty's Day. I will be in the courtroom to cover that for you. Okay, 1 cent penny sales tax. It's just what it is. So that's what's happening. And there's a timeline of every correspondence that the town had with these folks. Everything was transparent, open, and all of a sudden they just decided, nah, we're not gonna follow the law. We just gonna withhold these funds, and we'll hope, that this little guy down here in Andrews, we'll wait him out, and then we'll put together a candidate because, this whole thing they had it was a whole scheme, it was a whole plan, and it would have all worked. It would have all worked except for the fact that I learned how to read. And if you want to read something about the town of Andrews, like the next time they're having a Black History event or any other event, this is where you would probably, no, let me stop being a jerk. This is where you go. www.townofandrews.sc.gov. And you can go and download the town's app. Yes, the town of Andrews has an app. Because the first thing people say, well, I ain't heard nothing about that. Well, did you go to the town's website? I ain't know they had a website. Lack of knowledge. Please get at me if you got any questions. There's my email address right there, Jamal843 at andrewsthepodcast.com. Okay. And again, remember, don't wait, because it's never too late. Get ahead of the game. Go ahead. You know what I mean? Be a part of the process. Go over here and register to vote. Yeah, I mean. So. Again, I know the mayor will be back on, maybe next week. I don't know, because again, I hope y'all don't think he's feeding me inside information as what's going on. Everything I know, I have to dig up, okay, for myself. And I think it's better that way. That way I know what the hell I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying? And so again, I don't, I know they locked in right now doing what they got to do, because this is important right here. This is super important, man. This is super important for the town of Andrews. I mean, it seems as this is, this judge said before, hey, it's an easy thing. The people voted for it, right? Okay. So what is the problem? And they came up with all this stuff. I personally believe that, there's a crime. There is, according to what I'm reading in the ordinance and according to what has been done, a crime has been committed. But again, I'm not a lawyer, nor do I play one on social media. But I do know, I do have common sense, and I can read. And if the things say you don't spend none of that money until you complete this, then why is the governor in Georgetown County accepting? Now, he wasn't accepting no money, but that money went to a program there. And I'm not saying it's not a good program, but that's not what the people of Georgetown County voted on. That's where the problem comes in at. That's not what the people voted on. And so again, a good source is the way to get a good understanding of it is to read the go and look at the ordinance that the capital project sales tax. Look into the capital project sales tax that you voted for already. And I'm telling you, that's where They did, because this time they did it right. I mean, they did it right this time. They literally did it right this time. They followed all the steps. You had to have in order to get, you know, your project ranked up in high on the list, you had to have you know, a real good estimate done. So yeah, they did their due diligence this time around here. I mean, they did it. But that doesn't make up for what they did back in 2014 and what they're doing to the people of Andrews, with this town hall building being with this town hall being, you know, vacant like it is. And again, me giving you my assumptions, my analysis of it. It's a big time pissing contest, and I think they chose the wrong time to try to piss on Andrews. I really believe that, and I stand firmly on that, because again, I've read these documents. I've been living with these documents here for a couple years now. I really wanted to understand. And what really set it off for me is when them jokers gave each other, when they gave themselves that $1 million. And I'm like, hold on a second now. You know, elections coming up, and just like clockwork, you know what I mean? Just like clockwork. Even with me screaming it, they went and did it. You know what I mean? Everett got down there and he did not want me to record that thing, man. But you know, it's all good. So yeah. But yeah, when they did this right here, that really set me off. It's like, okay, they are crazy. They down here thinking, you know what I mean? Nobody's screaming. Nobody's saying, hey, yo, because we don't have no real journalists in there. I mean, aside from just the podcast right now. But all of them other fake news agencies, they not news agencies. Jokers is social media posters. They don't do no damn due diligence, no, you know what I mean, no background check, no. When was the last time? Okay, there was a issue where some people were speaking at county council, right, and had a problem, and Gab or Georgetown Times had any questions for any tough questions for the politicians to even speak on. They don't even do none of that, and it's because they want access. They you know what I mean. That's how they play them, with access. You can come on in, just don't talk about, you feel what I'm saying? Just don't talk about the whatever. And that's not the job of the media. You're not supposed to be shielding for the government. You know, that's not your job. That's not your job.
Thank you so much for being with us. We just left county council meeting where we did not get an opportunity to share the legality as to why council should vote against the solar panels. We get 3 minutes to speak. 3 minutes is just not enough. We repeatedly asked for a public time for the public citizens of Georgetown County to come and present information. And during their so-called public meeting.
Hey guys, so this thing right here, right? This was from Lambertown.
Silicon Ranch was the only ones that able to.
And they went ahead and the council, they being the council, went ahead and voted against the people's wishes over there in Lambertown. And I want to show you guys something. I want to share something with y'all that that highlights the level of corruption. I mean, just that highlights the level of corruption in my opinion. Let me go ahead and say this here again, allegedly in Georgetown County, right? And this is what I mean, the good old boy system. You guys want to see the good old boy system? So you hear Miss
Information. Well, I'm here tonight, and I appreciate your time for letting me present this. But just one reason is the application is in the incorrect name. Santee Timberlands is not the owner of the property. But if you look at the application that's been presented to Georgetown County, the name is in Santee Timberlands with Silicon
Right,
Ranch as
so-
the agent. Well, the property transferred.
people are having to do, like, you know what I mean, some real work, but then they realize that, man, the government, the government that we have elected, during this cycle right here is inoperative. It don't work. It's not working for you. So in this case right here, we talking about the Sampit solar farm over there in Lambertown, right? So they went ahead and they did that. You know what I mean? That's a go. But I want to show you guys something. Bear with me here 1 second, man. We're about to get up out of here. I want you guys to see something. And this, what I'm going to show you is, hold on, let's back this up. Whoa. What I want to show you is, I think this is it. All right. So I'm about to show you Council Member Raymond Newton say something that, if you listening, it's illegal what he's saying, right? Whenever the county put these contracts out, the county's job is supposed to be for you, the job they're supposed to be doing for you, the citizen, with your tax dollars, is getting the best bang for your buck. In other words, we present a contract, we put it out there, these vendors bid, we look at the one that best, able to get this project done in a timely manner at cost, and then we select that vendor. Notice I didn't say anything about we make special concessions for local vendors, for local businessmen, because that's not what this is about. If the local businessman can offer the best deal to the taxpayer, then the local businessman gets that contract. Not because he's the local businessman, because he's offering the best bang for the buck. That's what your politicians are supposed to be doing for you. Raymond Newton is so stupid that he's in a county council meeting. Listen for yourself.
Truck after truck after truck, not one local truck. They're from Charleston County and Berkeley County. So, it's bad enough we put the solar farm up, but then to throw
the solar farm. This is what this lady here is.
Has already purchased the property. Therefore, I think Ms. Leona Miller touched on this at the last council meeting.
truck after truck.
Here's Raymond Newton saying truck after truck after truck after truck coming from Charleston County. Charleston County putting in the best bids. This is how politicians get kickbacks from local homeboys. Okay? But let's go.
Truck after truck after truck, not one local truck. They're from Charleston County and Berkeley County. So, it's bad enough we put the solar farm up, but then to throw salt on the wound, then we don't hire local contractors. And to me, that is unacceptable when we give up over 2,000 acres of our homeland and not hire local contractors. But go take a look at it and see what's coming to the north end.
And I am a local business person, but what that politician is saying right there, he's a dirty man. That's not how that works. I would love to have all of the contracts because I'm the local guy. But then when you start looking into some of the local contracts, especially in the history of Andrews, South Carolina, and you look at who's getting these contracts and the amounts that they're getting on these county jobs. The problem is they write the stuff down. And I can read. So that's that, man. I hope I shed some light on what we got going on in the town of Andrews coming up. This is big. This is major. This is major. I don't want to this is major, right? This is major, and it's so illegal that, again, because I don't trust the legal system in South Carolina as far as when you talking about this kind of thing, right? That's why this thing was kicked out of court so long. But thanks to the people of Andrews, making the decision, right decision when it comes to who they wanted to be their leader, this thing got some
decades-long dispute between the...
Oh, that's what that's all about, man. 2014 to 2025. They don't want to give Andrews. They don't want, and that word "give," I'm only using that for lack of a better term. But they don't want to do the right thing. They don't want to follow the law. They don't want to do what the people of Andrews voted on. Your vote is just as valuable as the people voting to walk them on neck. Somebody decided to give them $2 million for it. That $2 million could have went and serviced the people of Andrews. You don't think the people of Andrews are worthy of that? And I can't help for those who are ignorant and fighting against themselves. That's what I mean. I'm talking about the people that's spreading all the stupid information out there. When all you had to do, spend a little time and read, right? But nope. Just like a virus, just ignorance, just spread around. But March 17th, baby, all that comes to a head. We'll be right there covering that. Okay? We'll be right there covering it. So, y'all have a good night.
Decades-long dispute between the town of Andrews and Georgetown County. The town filed a lawsuit against the county in 2021, claiming they had not given them the full amount of money promised in their 2014 penny sales tax referendum. Anna Harris breaks down the story.
With a municipal complex sitting here half done in the town of Andrews.
Operations has been constrained.
This building is meant to house the Andrews Fire and Police Departments, but according to a 2021 lawsuit, the construction had to stop because the town claims they stopped receiving the funding they were promised from the 2014 Georgetown County penny sales tax revenue. Documents state $1.5 million of that revenue was estimated to go towards the municipal complex, but when the county was collecting the total, they ended up having nearly $13 million over what they estimated. Plus, McCleary says their complex ended up costing over double what was expected. In turn, the lawsuit claims the county did not fund the full cost of the rest of the project, counting the extra money as surplus to go elsewhere.
It's not the penny sales tax that we have an issue. We have an issue with the management of it.
The county's ordinance states the money collected in excess must be first applied to complete a project the tax was imposed for.
But because they felt that they've met their obligation with the town of Andrews, they cut us off.
Now it's time for the two to face off in court. That date has been set for March 17th of next year. Georgetown County says they do not comment on pending litigation, but also say they paid Andrews the original $1.5 million twice. Now, McCleary was able to provide me with those receipts, but he also says they're still short about $2.7 million to finish that project. The lawsuit also claims $7 million of that surplus was set to go towards individual county council members for their own district projects.
So all of these things that are listed on here in this $7 million, they're telling me that this is more important than the lives of the people in this building and the people that come here for service. That's a problem.
In Andrews, Anna Harris, Live 5 News.